Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning into the Mixed Texan Reports. So we have an unfortunate, tragic story to talk about today. It's about the beheading of the woman in California. So an update has come up, and the killer is an illegal immigrant with an expired visa. This is from PJ Media, so let's check this out. This guy who should not have been here in the first place chopped this woman's head off. This is not a movie. This is real life. I'm sorry I'm coming off like this, but this seems like something you would see down in Mexico in the cartels or in some kind of movie. But no, this happened in California, in the United States. So let's check this story out here. The young mother who was brutally beheaded last Thursday has been identified as 27-year-old Karina Castro. Castro was beheaded with a sword just before noon last Thursday in broad daylight as shocked neighbors watched. The attack took place in front of her apartment building. An earlier report stated she was 25 years old. The alleged killer, Jose Solana Landeta, if I said that correctly, reportedly cut off Castro's head with a sword. He left her head under the car that her body was in. Cops swarmed in minutes later to find a grisly crime scene. Shortly thereafter, Landeta returned to the location with two friends and was promptly arrested. He is the father of Castro's 1-year-old toddler. Castro also has a 7-year-old daughter with, the Santa Monica Observer is reporting Landeta was in the country illegally, claiming he came to the United States from Venezuela 10 years ago on a tourist visa and never left. So we'll get into that in a minute, but let's go down to some video here. Here goes the young lady right there, and here goes this psychopath, because he is a psychopath. Anybody that can cut somebody's head off has major brain problems. Let's not. I was going to say this punishment should be returned to this guy, but let's not go there. All right, so let's check out this video from her father and grandmother.
A warning now, this next story is extremely grim and very disturbing. A man beheaded a woman with a sword on the street in the middle of the day in front of witnesses. This happened in San Carlos, that's just south of San Francisco. Reporter Dan Noyes with our Bay Area sister station spoke exclusively with the victim's grandmother and has this report.
How you holding up?
Danielle Gannon met me outside her home in Vallejo today.
I'm vaccinated and boosted and everything, so they're safe.
First off, she tells the guy, the reporter, and she's coming to see her. I'm vaccinated and boosted, you're safe. Why does COVID have to be involved with everything? It doesn't matter if you have the vaccine or not. You can still get sick, but that's besides the point here. Anyway, let's go.
I don't know how to do this.
I'm so sorry.
She invited me to meet her son, Marty Castro, the father of the victim in yesterday's brutal sword attack, Karina Castro.
She was an amazing girl.
She's an amazing woman, very stubborn, determined to raise her daughters on her own.
Karina was 27 years old, attended Menlo Atherton High School, got her GED, and worked as a DoorDash driver. She left behind 7-year-old and 1-year-old girls. She had the youngest with a man now held for her murder, 33-year-old Jose Rafael Solano Landeta. The family says he goes by the name Rafa Solano and that he didn't work. I found some rap songs he posted on YouTube.
He is a diagnosed schizophrenic on meds, and he would use that as an excuse for his behavior. He drank excessively, and you're not supposed to do that on those kind of medications.
The family confirms what I learned from law enforcement sources yesterday, that Solano had been violent with Karina, and she got a restraining order against him in April, but continued to interact with him.
That if there's somebody out there abusing your daughter, don't let it go.
Don't take no for an answer.
You will feel responsible no matter what anyone says.
I know. I do too, baby.
In the day before the murder, Snapchat messages between the couple got very contentious. I obtained more than a dozen, most with language too explicit to show here. She threatens to tell the world about his rape conviction involving a minor. Rafa calls her snitch lip and warns her, F around and find out. Karina fires back. You want to put a target on my back? Your homie's going to know the real you, and threatens to expose his sexual relationship with another man. She adds, dude, go ahead and try and take me out. Just hours later, they had a confrontation in the street outside her apartment, her daughter safely inside.
He got really mad, went to the trunk of his car, pulled out whatever it was, and killed her right there behind her car.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great AB.
All right, so I want to talk about that really quick before we move on. Why do these women look? This is very tragic, extremely tragic. I feel for the father, I feel for the grandmother, and most of all, I feel for her children for having to deal with this and put in a bad situation with, it's unfortunate, very unfortunate. She had a restraining order against him, but continued to deal with this guy. Cut him off completely. Why do women feel the need to continue to deal with these scumbag loser guys? They have children by these losers. Women are so hung up on these so-called bad boys with tattoos and prison sentences, gang affiliations, aspiring rappers and all this. Women need to find good men who have a head on their shoulders. I'm sorry. That was, I didn't mean to say that. Yeah, that was not intentional. I'm sorry. But you know what I mean. Find a good man who has a job, a real job, pays his taxes, pays his bills, has some direction in life. Stop dealing with these scumbags. That's why these women are never happy. They think the good guys are too boring. The nice guys are boring. They're not fun. Oh, but damn sure he's not going to chop your head off. So let's keep going. This guy was an illegal alien. So it's from the Santa Monica Observer here. Jose Solano entered the country on a tourist visa about 10 years ago, ICE sources say. He never left. Sorry about that. So, immigration sources confirmed that Jose Solano, the suspect who beheaded 27-year-old mother of two in San Carlos, California, in a San Carlos, California neighborhood September 8th, was in the United States illegally. Jose Solano entered from Venezuela on a tourist visa about 10 years ago. He never left. So, this guy should not have been here in the first place. This is why it is so important to enforce immigration policies. This story right here has a lot inside of it. Because this guy should not have been here. He should not have been here in the first place. And that's why it's so important to enforce immigration law. We have laws for a reason. So guys like this, lunatics like this, won't be cutting people's heads off. And allegedly, according to to her, she's going to expose them for raping a minor, or having sexual intercourse with a minor or something. Why this guy should not have been in the country in the first place, and she should not have dealt with a scumbag like this. If she had a restraining order against him, keep him at bay. Leave him alone. But it's very unfortunate. She did not deserve any of this. A situation like this should never happen, but let this be a lesson to everybody out there. Be careful who you're dealing with. Somebody who has a history of drinking and violence, and he's schizophrenic, and he's trouble. Stay away from him. Stop having kids by these losers. So let's move on to some more video. I found this video on YouTube. It's from another YouTuber here. He talked about this a little bit, and I'm going to show you some messages that she posted on her social media. Shows that she's a little bit troubled.
All right, what's up, people, man? I want to talk about the situation involving these two. This young woman, a mother of two young daughters, was killed by the guy in the pictures who beheaded this woman.
All right, so let's read this message that she posted.
In the middle of a damn street. And
Overprotective mothers. This is from Karina Castro on her social media. I don't know which one. Overprotective mothers. We're under protected daughters. Okay. I'm beyond protective over my babies. I've been molested and raped. Not my mother's fault, so don't go messaging her. But times I put myself in effed up situations and spit happens, but lessons have been learned and mistakes have been made. But no matter what, with both of my kids, I will always stay overprotective, and they will know why. So to anyone who has something to say about my parenting, get in line because your opinion on my kids and their life is the last of my concern. 100. My ex-mother-in-law has beyond harassed me and traumatized me, thinking I'm always in the wrong. No longer I will let her walk all over me or talk her shit, or my baby daddy for that matter. My kids will not be around it or witness at 100. Over my dead body. Unfortunately, this came true. I will continue to stand high with both of my kids and continue to handle my shit. Fear no evil and keep pushing 100. Chucho came to me and held my hand. I will have the need to keep going and keep pushing. She says.
They stated that the young babies may have witnessed it, and it's ill.
More posts from her. This woman really cared. Called cops and CPS on me saying I hurt my baby. Don't feed her. Don't change her. WTF is wrong with either her and her son. I'm sorry, I'm a post because they have been trying to take my kids since I had Isabella. Now are taking it to a whole new level of sick. I'm sorry if you ask anyone, I don't abuse or neglect my kids. So she sounds like a very caring mother to her children, which is great, and I commend her for that. But she should have left her relationship with this guy. If that is the father of her kid, keep it at that. If he wants to have a relationship with his daughter, keep it at that. Go through the courts, deal with it. But there's no need to do this back and forth and say you're going to expose him to his homies and all this, whatever she was saying. If you know this guy is a nut job, you keep your focus on your kids and trying to raise them. So let's keep moving on.
Man, this lady posted a lot of the issues going on.
Steps from his front door at around noon Thursday. Only steps from his front door.
The head was underneath the car and she was laying in the back of the car. Just severed, and then they covered her up.
The sheriff's office says the woman and the suspect were in an ongoing relationship. However, sources tell our I-Team's Dan Noyes the victim had a restraining order against the suspect since April. Officials aren't releasing details about the suspect's relationship to the woman's children, but our I-Team reports Child Protective Services Thursday took custody of 7 and 1-year-old girls who were inside the woman's home. Neighbor Thorborn says he's familiar with the couple, having briefly interacted with them a number of times. He says the last time he saw the man was just before the suspect was taken into custody.
He was hurt, shocked, disappointed. You can tell when he walked by. I'm like, yeah, they cut somebody's head off. She's laying right there.
Residents say their concern now is for the kids, with many questions about how someone could commit such a heinous crime.
After he cut her head off, he came walking up, him and his 2 friends, and they walked right by me and they arrested him.
We asked about any history of abuse, history of...
Gosh, what a tragic situation. What country are we living in right now? This is serious stuff. This madness has got to stop. So I'm going to continue to hammer away at the crime situation, the illegal immigration situation, because this has got to stop. This is out of control. So anyway, guys, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.